what's up? In this video we're going to extend the functionality here of what we have for this map setup. If you watched the last video, if you haven't, I recommend watching that one before this one, where we basically got everything set up here as you see on this page with these pins on a map. But what we did not do in that video, and what you will learn in this video, is obviously if you have pins on a map you want to click them. So that is where we are headed in this video. How do we do this? Let's dive right in. So first off and foremost, one of the great things about Bubble is that if we head over to our workflow here and click to add a new event, so events trigger actions, and this event we want to trigger is an element when a map marker is clicked. So Bubble's out-of-the-box map setup comes with this. It knows where the marker is on the map itself, and so when that happens, what should happen? Well, we actually need to build a user interface element so we can do some stuff with it and have some actions happen. So the user interface interface element I would like to build is just going to be a simple pop-up. So we are going to drop a pop-up in, and we'll just say that that would be 280 by 200 or so, and call it good there. Remove the style because I think we want to go just something a little bit darker, 121212, or however you see fit. I think 5 is a pretty good roundness one. Been using on everything else, so check that. And so, all right, so pop-up. What type of content? Well, specialty food, right? Because that's what we're dealing with. We have basically in our database specialty foods, and those foods come at different locations or whatever. Super special food, right? Fruit. Okay, so. The data source, we're going to leave that blank because that's going to get filled in with this workflow. So head on over to this where the map marker is clicked, this event that's going to trigger this workflow. We want to do some element actions where we display the data into the pop-up specialty food. Now what data do we want to display? Well, we want to do a search for specialty food. We'll just grab the first item. So we're going to return a list, but we want to grab the specific one where any field contains this map's marker. And so what it's going to do actually, it's going to, because of just somehow some logic is, we can't actually say the location contains, because that's just how the logic is set up. But so it will find the marker, its value is a geographic address. So just for anyone that would like to dive a little bit deeper into the logic behind this, but otherwise just do this exact same thing here. Any field contains this map's current marker, and it's going to then show that thing. So, okay, and then we also want to show the pop-up itself. All right, so let's check on how we're doing, although we do not have any anything to display in our pop-up yet, but we can get a pop-up. And supposedly, if we trust our workflow, that pop-up has this data in it. And now, here's one beef that I have with Bubble's out-of-the-box pop-ups, is that there is no setting here for the location of the Y positioning of where this should start. So if anyone knows of some different thing that I'm unaware of, please let me know in the comments. However, the other option for building something like this, go and look for the video on my channel that's about video pop-ups. In that video we actually build out a specialized pop-up so we can have a Y position how we want it to be, and so follow that one if you're looking for something more than that. But this is going to be good enough for our needs for the purpose of this video. Okay, so that being said, we're going to drop in an image, and that image, oh yeah, so let's see, so we've got this as specialty food. So this image, it's going to have a dynamic value of the parent groups, which is this pop-ups. It has this data that's been passed to it through that workflow that we set up. And so we can then go and grab that specialty foods photo that we set up, and then let's just go with stretch for that. And keep elements proportion for anything of that nature. We're going to go 260, 160, and we'll just center that horizontally and give it a Y value of 10. Okay, cool. So that looks pretty good. And then what we'll want to do also is just grab a piece of text, drop that in here, and yep, 140 is good. 175, yeah, that's good. 20. Let's go with heading 3, light, remove that style, and maybe just give it a bold, maybe bump it up to 18, line spacing 1, and that should give us something that looks pretty good. Okay, so for this text, then what is that going to display? It's going to display the parent group's title. And we could also get fancy. We could probably display the location there. I don't think, for the purpose of this video, we have done what we came to do. So here is an orange. Here is a banana. Here is an apple. And here is a whatever melon. Okay, so that is what's done. And then again, you know, if you would like a pop-up that is not, or that you could control the Y position on, so something that is just more, for example, like these pop-ups, the Y position is quite lower down on the screen. So in order to have something that would perhaps mimic this, not that it has to or whatever, but geez, that is just so high up there that visually, to me, it's not appealing. But for the purposes of this video, we have shown what to do and how to get some display, because then what your next step would be, obviously, is you would click on this, or someone would click on this, and then you'd have a different panel open up, and you know, whether that is more information about this particular fruit, or a garage sale, or a rental listing, or whatever, what have you, once you know this is up, and then it clicks and goes on to the next screen. So you would connect the data from there to there, outside of the scope of this video, but appreciate your sticking with and seeing this video, and hope you enjoyed.